Well, hello and welcome back to Cozy Couch Corner for another episode of Tea and Tarot. Cheers! Oh, it's been a bit odd today. The temperature more than anything. I was out the back and it was like a refrigerator. The wind was icy even though the sun was out. It was really cold. I wanted to eat my dinner out there and I couldn't. I managed to eat half of it. I had to come in and get warm. I got through breakfast. I can't remember if I had to put my cardi on to get through breakfast, but it's not low temperatures today, but it was really icy cold out there. And then I put some extra clothes on to go out to the shop because I managed to get out to the shop today. And it was hot out there. That was out the front. So it was like a refrigerator out the back and it was hot out the front. It makes no sense. And there was still a wind out the front, but for some reason it was warmer than the wind out the back. And I have no idea how that works. That was a really weird one. What do you want us to know today, please? Queen of Swords again. Speaking out. I can see two heads on spikes. They're both speaking, but one looks like it's a very focused beam, and the other one looks more like a spray. So which one should we be doing? The spray. So is that about sort of dissemination? Saying what we've got to say to different people in different places rather than just to one person. So speaking out and speaking out publicly. But that's not for all of us. Is that just one of us? So this tarot reading is for one person. So there's somebody listening to this that needs to speak out publicly. Well, what about everybody else? Is there anything you want anybody else to know? I've got going round in circles. It feels like we're going in a loop and a loop and a loop, but we actually coming to the point where we get to the end of those cycles, because a lot of stuff's been repeating, hasn't it, especially lately, and you just feel like you sorted stuff out and there's patterns repeating in our life, at least in mine, that you think, well, haven't I dealt with that already? Did I not deal with that well enough? Do I really need to go through that again? Because I don't really want to go through that again. And I just keep cycling round and circling round and circling round. And it is different every time we circle round because we can see how much we've progressed and how much growth there is and the emotions around it and the story we're telling ourselves about this thing that happens and how we deal with it and how our nervous system deals with it. So we've been going round and I could see it's a spiral, and we started and we just go round and eventually it comes to a stop. And then I've asked, what do we do now? And I can see all these spirals in the sky, but then they unravel. And then I can see them coming down and making the path, and the path is straight again. And we've had that. How the path was all over the place and there was all sorts of obstacles, but Spirit was making it straighter and removing a lot of the obstacles and taking a lot of the windy roads out of things of us trying to get to where we wanted to go. So it was going to get a lot straighter, it was going to get a lot easier. So does this mean we're going to stop going around in circles now? Cycles are ending and we don't have to do them again. And then we're going straight on to where we want to go to, pretty much. Oh no, I could see it. I could see Wiggles again, and then I could see him patting him in again. And we're galloping. We're absolutely galloping. There we are then.